Hey everyone, welcome back to Ajenko 80, my Let's Play Out of the Park Baseball 15, Fictional ABL Universe, Australian Baseball League Universe. Last episode we saw my side get off to a dodgy start, basically fulfilling everything that I'd thought. No offense, decent pitching. The bullpen though, suspect, very suspect. It's only 9 games though, so let's see how we go. So through 9 games, basically the top 2 in my order really have been poor, really poor. Bradley Chatfield. Gee, look at those. Look at that. 220. OBP of 220, slugging 3.585 OPS. Terrible. And my number 1 position player off the board in the inaugural draft has had a terrible start to the season. You guys can see there 176, 200 and 235 slugging. But anyhow, we'll continue on. One of Geelong 6-1. We've got a series against Ballarat coming up, so let's see how we go. So 3-6 at the moment. Keneally is injured. 4 weeks. That is harsh, because he's been one of my better performing players. Oblique strain, so he's out for a month. So we'll stick him on the DL. Stick him on the 15-day DL. So we're going to have to. He's been holding up first base for the majority, so we're going to have to bring someone up from Triple A. Who do we bring up though? That is the big question. Kane Aldridge. He's not really hitting. Dixon. Nope. Okay, let's have a look at our... Well, what I'll do, I'll just remedy this and we'll get back. Okay, so I've made the adjustments following the injury. I've called up Jesus Ibarra from Triple A. Basically, he's a backup outfielder. Can fill in all the spots. You can see there once again, and a lot of speed too. I might even put him in as a pinch runner actually. Pinch runner, probably number 1 pinch runner. Lee is now in. Yeah, so let's continue on. 4-7, dearie me. So finish off this series with Ballarat. 4-8. God, that bullpen again. Dunshay, Butler. Bloody hell. Like I said before, I just don't know how to build a bullpen. Terrible. Look at that bullpen. God, wow. Anyway. Some mail, weekly team power rankings, 3rd from the bottom. Delete all those messages. Okay, series coming up against interstate rivalry. Hobart, North versus South of Tasmania. Okay, let's go. Atchison. Shoulder inflammation. Well, he was being terrible anyway. Look at that. No wonder he's been terrible. He's probably been having some serious pain. I have a feeling that that's not just happened. I think that's been coming for a while. So another injury, place on the disabled list. 3 months, 60-day DL. Now, who am I going to call up from my minors? Who's been performing well as starter? I love how it's got all this extra information now. What's in pitching stats 2 then? Because that used to be all in pitches per game, quality starts. McNatty looks a likely candidate. Been pitching well. Only across 22 innings though. Contract and status. He's got a major league contract. 2 option years left. Now let's bring him up. I've got this horrible feeling already that 3 games back, but yeah. Transaction, place on active roster. Starting pitcher, McNatty. Can slot into the number 4 spot there. Starters have been unbelievable. Okay, let's finish. We haven't won a series yet, so let's see how we go. Let's see if we can knock off Hobart. So I'm 5-8, 5-9, 2-7, 8 to 9 weeks. Oh geez, Chatfield. Now he's gone. Wow. Okay. It happens. Injuries. Look at Texas Rangers this year. That's another thing about this game that I've said it before on Twitter and got replies like from the OOTP Twitter account. Some of the injuries and things like at the extremes, if you'd see them in OOTP, you'd say, oh, that's not real, and you get people on the forum complaining about them. But say, for example, you started a season with the Texas Rangers this year, and you had the injuries that franchise has had through the opening, up until the All-Star game, which was today. You wouldn't believe it. You'd think that the settings were wrong, but it's just what happens. People get injured, but Chatfield's out for 8 to 9 weeks. Actually, what's happened to him? A broken hamate bone. Okay, I have no idea where the hamate bone is, but obviously it's not good. He's out for 2 months. He's been absolutely terrible anyway. He hasn't had a hit in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 last games. He's taken 1 walk. Oh well, he's out. Let's get over it. Place on disabled list. He can go on the 60-day disabled list, and we need to bring up an infielder. So I will pause and once again readjust my lineup. So I've made the adjustments. Gee, I'm already starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel in terms of offense. We've got Maltman leading off now, who's actually had a good start to the year, but only 20 plate appearances. So anyway, let's continue on. If we can win this game against Hobart, this will be our first series win of this year, and we lost. So we still haven't lost it. We're 5-10 through 15 games. So you want to have a look at how that game panned out. 7th inning. Nunez just kind of shit the bed, but I don't kind of blame the manager for not bringing anybody in because the bullpen has been absolutely horrendous. But anyway, Berg sizzles, Melbourne fizzles. Okay. Series against Adelaide. 5-11, 5-12, 5-13. We get swept. We don't score any runs except for that game. Not looking too flash. I reckon we're going to be near the bottom. We are. Wow, what's Newcastle? 5-13. What does that mean? 3-15. Wow. Oh well. It's better. It's not. It makes me look a little bit better. See there, even there. 4 hit. Corliss. Strikes out 6. 9 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk. Upchurch, what happened there? He's injured, so they even had to go to the bullpen up to the first innings, and we still couldn't get a hit. Woo. Okay. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4 game series against Melbourne to finish off the month, and then we'll have a look at how things are panning out. Richard Adams is injured, my #1 position player. Excellent. It's all going really well. Look at that disabled list already. We won 2. We've got a chance to win a series. Nunez. 3 hit shutout. But my starting centre fielder is now injured. Murphy is injured as well. Diagnosis pending. Adams had started to turn things around as well. No, not really. Herniated disc. Oh well. So he goes on to the DL. Available actions. I'm going to have to start scrolling down on the disabled list. 3 weeks. You can go on the 15-day DL. I'm going to have to bring someone up, which means I'm going to have to pause again. So I made an executive decision. I've decided to hand over the managerial duties to the computer manager, which I've always done before. I thought that maybe I could just do a bit more micromanaging, but in lieu of all these bloody injuries, then I'm just going to have to hand it over to... And basically they've really just had the same lineup, so no big deal. So I need to bring up a player to replace Adams. All outfielders. Oh no, I've done it, that's right. I brought up Axel Tinter, who isn't even hitting in AAA, but he had a major league contract. I didn't want to... I want room left on my 40-man roster. It's... Yeah, he's rubbish. But anyway, have a look at my disabled list already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grr. Anyhow, let's see if we can win a series. Batter of the month. You have received a personal message. Teddy Hodge, 362. He hit 4 home. Wow. Okay. Holding the line. Murphy's out for 4 days. Okay, that's not too bad. It's good news. Teddy Hodge, 362 with 4 home runs and 17 RBIs. If he keeps putting numbers like that up, he could be hauling in a big wad of cash at this time next year. Wads, hey? Damien Q wins Rookie Star of the Month. Bert Pappy Scammell. Yeah, okay, delete all messages. So I just want to finish... Well, actually, we're on Thursday, May the 1st, so let's have a bit of a rundown of the first month. We've gone 7 and 14 in the first month, which... yeah, it's rubbish. In terms of my starters, Corliss is performing like my first pick. Nunez is performing like my second pick. Adspin is performing well and above the Call of Duty. Corliss is amazing, actually. Look at this. Nearly 7 strikeouts per 9. And even with a... Yeah, that BABIP could even be a little bit lower. But yeah, that's impressive. Nunez. And yeah, see, he's liable for a little regression back to the mean. Around 260, 270, maybe 280, but maybe with the defense that I'm putting out there, that might help. I haven't even really looked into that, to be perfectly honest. Nelson Dwyer is now my closer. Casper Douglas has been relegated, although he's started to come good. He's had some... Apart from his last, he was really starting to drag things back, and then he had a blown save. Yeah, like Dunshea. You know what? Let's have a look at my AAA club and see if I've got any relievers after the first month worth bringing up. So I love to go off Ks per 9 and whip in regards to my relievers. Vicente Santana. See, I'm not really that keen to bring up anyone that's not on a major league contract, because I've got this horrible feeling already that this season might be a little bit of a blowout. All relievers. Austin Tibbles. You know what? Pitching stats 2. No, we don't want that. We want pitching stats 1. I might bring up... Yeah, I'm going to bring up Santana. Bugger it. I don't need 2 lefties in my pen in my big league club anyway. So Dunshea, see you later, down the slide. Oh. And Santana. Let's see where they... Santana gets slotted in. Okay, awesome. So we have an opportunity to actually win our first series of the year. So we got beaten by 1 run in the first game against Melbourne. We won 9-0. Who pitched that game? Nunez. Wow, he's been on fire. 6 strikeouts, 4 walks. Hodge, 3 RBIs. Dowling is a pinch hitter. Anyone hit any home runs? No. Okay, let's have a look. We won a series. 16 innings. Wow. Maltman asking for a contract extension. Whatevs. Who was the... Rowling got the win. Home runs again. Martinez 4-hit game. Wow, he's had an awesome start since I brought him up. Okay, Syrian, well, we've got to take Syrian's batting average for his glove. Let's have a look, his fielding stats. Yeah, look at that. +2 for, yeah, he's decent. He's good. Okay, so we won a series, our first one, right at the end of the month. So we're up against Wodonga now in a 3-game set. At 8 and 14, 9 and 15, 9 and 16. We got beaten in that series. We're up against Ballarat now. Let's have a look. We've got 10 messages. Weekly team power rankings. We're still down towards the bottom. Newcastle are still right down there as well. Brian Rowling, I did actually look at drafting him, I can remember. Yun. He is the guy that we looked at in the first episode. Delete all messages. Game set against Ballarat. At Ballarat. So we are 9 and 16. 10 and 17. So looks like we split a couple of games. Teddy Ratcliffe is eligible to come off the DL. You rip up. I think I might put him straight back in to the lineup. Although having said that, he was what we'll do. He can go actually straight down. Rehab assignment to minors. Yes. Okay. Draft pool is released. The deadline is passed for players to declare for the first year player draft. Australian Baseball League officials have released a list of all the teams with players who can be chosen on draft day. Teams now have a chance to scout the draft pool for 30 days before the draft is held. So I do have feeder leagues, I think, happening. Which I've never done before. So yeah, let's have a look. Actually, batting stats. High school level. Yeah, we have the feeder league. So yeah, it's interesting now. You can really have a look at the stats and well, look at all the pitching. 1, 2, 3, 4. Centre fielder. Stunning. It's wow, pitching heavy. Has he got any power? No. Doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of power in the draft. Anyway, we'll suss it out when we get to it. Let's finish this series against Ballarat. 10 and 17. 11 and 17. 11 and 18. We've got a 3-game series on the road against the Geelong Cats. Actually, how's everything travelling in terms? Yeah. Bullpen has settled down. I just can't score any runs. I think that's the problem. Now how my guy's going in AAA actually. His rehab assignment. Let's have a look. Well, doesn't it have like a little Teddy Ratcliffe? Ah, he's only had 4 at bats. Okay, we'll keep rolling along here. Geelong. Another series loss. I think I've still only won 1 series all season. Still second last. Terrible. Let's delete all these messages. On to home series against Adelaide. 12 and 20. We won the first game of the set. Anastasio Ortiz is off the DL. Let's... no, I don't want to do that. Rehab assignment to the minors. Got Adams coming back in a week. Keneally coming back in 4 days. Okay, some at least a little bit of offense coming back in. Let's have a look at this. Corliss didn't even get the win. God, look at that. Especially at the top of that order. Okay, let's finish the series against Adelaide, 13 and 20. I won the series. 9-0. Wow. Explosion of offense. Martinez. Okay. 10 games back already. It's not looking good. 2, 3. 3 games set in Melbourne. Lost the first game 2-10. Keneally's ready to come off the DL. He can go rehab to minors. Demons ever losing. Come on. Last 2 games. So we want to see 15 when I click this button. But then I lost the last game. Yay, I am no longer the second bottom side. Woohoo. Grinter. Alright, let's get through to play this series against Hobart. 15. I've lost the first game against Hobart. Adams is off. So I'm starting to get a few players back in off the DL now. Could I win 2 in a row? No, I won 1. I seem to won. I don't think I've only been swept once, I think. But I just don't seem to be able to get over the line. Okay. Let's have a look at how everyone's doing in terms of rehab assignments. Maybe I see it in this one a little bit better. Okay, this is what I need. Marshall Keneally, what's he hit? He is ready to go back up. He played first base for me. So he can go up, and I need to get rid of a first baseman from my big league club. I need to get rid of Randall Bennett. He's not a first baseman, but he's not needed. Place an active roster. Adams hasn't really had a go yet. Ortiz has had a few. He got injured in the lead up. He can have a little bit longer. And Teddy Ratcliffe is now hitting. He can come up as well. For an outfielder. So I can nearly even put another infielder down. Patrick Murphy. He can go down. Teddy Ratcliffe it was. Yep. Place on the active roster. Okay. Let's see what my manager does with that. Ratcliffe straight back into the opening slot. Alright, let's finish this month. Hey, we won a series. 3-2, 3-0. Who got the shutout there? 4-hitter too. Nunez. Holy shit. He's having a year. 7-1 in the record that we've got. Cloherty 0-7. I think I'm gonna, not that wins really are the be all and end all, but I think I'm gonna have to demote him. Wow, up again. 9.5 games back now. Okay. Set against Wodonga. Another win. 2 to 3 months. It's alright, he cooled off after his hot start anyway. Go on that. So I need to bring another outfielder up. One that's hitting. You know what? I'm going to bring up Adams. He's hitting now. He's finished his stint buying dinners for everyone in the minors. To the middle of the order. Okay, let's finish this month. This series. 20 and 26. Okay, I've gone on a little bit of a run. Rookie of the month, hey? Good month. Okay, so now I've finished my month, guys. I'm going to pause here. And I'll be back with another Let's Play shortly.